All right, guys, welcome back to Overcome Babylon. It is just about midnight right now, so we're going from Sunday to Monday. Now we're in March 3rd, and over the weekend here, there's just so much that's happened that I had to, even though I don't normally do this, just cover some really urgent breaking news that's been happening here. There is a leaked document that's top secret showing that Israel plans to attack Iran's nuclear sites early March. So we could actually see Israel attacking Iran's nuclear sites, and there's a military base that's listed here as well, this month. This is really big. I've been warning about this for a couple of years now when everybody was focused. If you recall, so if you're new to Overcome Babylon, I was saying, watch out. World War III, nuclear war, Great Tribulation is going to start in Israel, in the Middle East. Israel is going to be attacked. And I said, watch out for September 22nd, 2023. 2 weeks later, of course, Hamas did their surprise attack, and there's been war in the region ever since. And when everybody was focused only on Russia and Ukraine, and everybody was freaking out about Russia and Ukraine, I was the only one saying, look for Israel to get attacked. And so we're here now, and so much has happened. And so the first person to report on this is Hal Turner. From my understanding, he was the one that found these top secret leaked documents showing that Israel plans to attack Iran this month in March. This was apparently something that had been circulating on 4chan, the website 4chan, that Israel will conduct a large-scale military preemptive attack against Iran nuclear sites as early as this week. But because I don't think that's going to be the case, because now that this information's been leaked, even if it is top secret and classified and so forth, the likelihood of these plans still coming to fruition exactly as outlined, it's probably not going to happen. So these top secret documents are dated 26th of February, and it outlines operational details. It talks about aerial and cyber offensives. So there's cyber warfare and airstrikes. There are facility names, the type of facility. There's 5 nuclear facilities listed, a military base. And again, this looks legit. This looks legitimate. You can go look at it on Hal Turner radio show. He has an article about it. It looks legitimate. If it's not going to happen exactly as outlined here, just know that they already have the plans for this, obviously, clearly. And I've been warning about this. This is going to lead to a massive regional conflict, and eventually it's going to swallow the world into World War III nuclear war. And remember what I keep talking about here on the channel. Matthew 24:20 says, pray that your flight may not be in the winter or on the Sabbath, for then there will be great tribulation, such as not been since the beginning of the world until this time, no, nor ever shall be. So great tribulation, worse than Noah's flood, is supposed to happen in the winter or on the Sabbath. People are very confused about the things that I've been saying here on Overcome Babylon and the things that I've written in Bible Prophecy Secrets. I'm not saying that the Great Tribulation is going to happen in 2044 or 2045. The Great Tribulation can happen any winter from now onward, now that the abomination of desolation has been set up. And if that doesn't make any sense to you, what I just said, download my book, Bible Prophecy Secrets, for free. There's a link in the description. There's really no excuse not to know the stuff that I'm putting out here, the information carefully dissected from the Word of God, so you can be ready spiritually for what's coming. Now, normally, so again, that's just a leaked document. Okay, is Israel going to attack Iran this month? Well, there's some other disturbing news. This is from AA.com. Israeli government approves call-up of 400,000 reserve soldiers amid uncertainty over Gaza ceasefire. And this call-up comes fears of renewed fighting in Gaza after expiry of first phase of Gaza ceasefire deal, according to Israeli media. So this news just came out earlier today. And you have to understand, when Trump got into office, what was everybody saying? Oh, peace, peace, peace. Oh, there's just so much peace. This is the Prince of Peace. This is King Cyrus. Didn't you know? Well, so what happened is there was the ceasefire agreement. It took effect on January 19th. It officially ended Saturday, just yesterday. And Israel has not agreed to move forward in the second phase of the deal to bring an end to the war in Gaza because the resistance forces, Hamas, they want Israel to completely abandon Gaza and cease the war 100%, and Israel's not willing to do that. So Israeli Channel 14 is reporting that 400,000 reserve soldiers are going to be called up. The Israeli military is going to be able to mobilize 400,000 reserve soldiers by May 29th. Right now, they have a maximum approval for mobilization of 320,000 reserve soldiers. So they're increasing their ability to call up troops, which will take effect May 29th. Again, this just shows you that they're expecting something, obviously. The Israeli government, the Israeli military is expecting something, obviously, to escalate. Now, again, we are currently in the winter, Hebrew winter. In the Hebrew, there's only 2 seasons. That's what the Bible says. Summer and winter. Right now, we're still in the Hebrew winter for about 28 more days. Are we going to see great tribulation in the next 28 days? Honestly, I personally don't think we will, but it's possible. But I don't think we will because I'm seeing too many things on the chessboard, too many prophetic pieces that still need to be played. But just understand that things are escalating. Trump being in office, that's a distraction. If everybody, if you're thinking that there's going to be peace and safety and comfort, that's just a big old distraction. Things are still escalating out of control, and there's preparations being made on the military battlefield to continue to fight until the bitter end and usher in World War III, basically is what we're witnessing. I mean, it's only a matter of time. Now, 400,000 reserve soldiers, you have to remember that the Israeli population is about 9 million, so that's like 4 to 5% of the population being mobilized for reserves to get ready to fight militarily. And so the leaked document, Israel calling up reserve forces, also comes alongside of the news that came out this weekend that Trump is advancing a significant $3 billion weapons sale to Israel, the second multi-billion sale, quote-unquote sale. I've talked about how it's not really is it really a sale if we're giving them the money for free? Free military aid doesn't make any sense. So the second multi-billion sale in weeks is happening. It's another arms transfer. And so Trump has formally advanced more than $3 billion in weapons sales to Israel without approval from Congress, basically, without the approval of all relevant congressional committee leaders. This is the latest example of Trump disregarding longstanding precedents and how the U.S. government functions and engages with foreign allies. So he's just like, yeah, we're moving forward with this. And remember the whole America First isolationist policy, that America's coming first before any other nation? Yeah, that was just campaign slogans. Those are just campaign speeches. If you fell for that, you just realize that it's very gullible of you, and realize it's good cop, bad cop. Good cop, bad cop. That's all it is. Biden was bad cop. Now Trump's supposed to be good cop, but they're both achieving the same exact goal. Funding war overseas, specifically in Israel. And according to the State Department, and this is from Haaretz, according to the State Department, the 3 individual sales include $2.04 billion in munitions, including more than 35,000 bombs. Let me say it again, 35,000 bombs and 4,000 I-200 penetrator warheads. A separate $675.7 million sale, including 1,000-pound bombs and JDAM kits, and a $295 million sale covering Caterpillar D9 bulldozers. So they're going to obviously continue to expand the borders. If you're going to be having bulldozers, if you're going to be having bunker buster bombs, if you're going to continue to have these very heavy weapons to go ahead and demolish buildings and so forth, you can see that the agenda is continuing. It's just good cop and bad cop, and most of the American public was very gullible and thought Trump was going to change things. Reuters then reported that Marco Rubio, signs declaration to expedite the delivery of $4 billion in military aid to Israel. This also happened over the weekend. And so the Trump administration, which took office January 20th, has approved nearly $12 billion in major foreign military sales to Israel, Rubio said in a statement, adding that it will continue to use all available tools to fulfill America's long-standing commitment to Israel's security, including means to counter security threats. So you have $3 billion, $4 billion, $12 billion. I mean, $8 billion was already, Biden had already promised $8 billion to Israel, and then Trump advanced that also. And so you just continue to put these pieces together. The chessboard is very clear for those that are paying attention. The cradle, this is from, speaking of leaked documents, this is another leaked document that's pretty interesting when you put all these pieces together. About 2 weeks ago, the cradle reported that U.S. interference projects in Iran have been in full swing, and they're still taking place. And it kind of goes into detail of how the U.S. has been actively engineering unrest and regime change in Iran. And so I'm just going to read a little bit of this article from the Cradle. A bombshell leak reviewed by the Cradle exposes the depths of Washington's long-running campaign to destabilize the Islamic Republic. For years, the U.S. State Department's Near East Regional Democracy Fund, called NERD, has funneled hundreds of millions of dollars into covert operations aimed at toppling Tehran's government without success. Details on where this money goes and who benefits are typically concealed. However, this leak provides a rare glimpse into NERD's latest regime change blueprint. So they go into a lot of details of how they do it, how they organize protests, how they organize quote-unquote democratic unions, institutions that are outside of the control of the Iranian government, but they've all been unsuccessful. And let me give you this little tidbit here. For example, public records show NED alone invested at least $4.6 million in 51 separate counter-revolutionary efforts in Iran between 2016 and 2021. This included financing labor unions, strengthening independent journalism, quote-unquote independent journalism. It's just Western-backed regime change media to create division and strife and so forth. Creating a legal publication to encourage lawyers, law students, and clerics to agitate for democratic reforms, and multiple initiatives concerned with empowering Iranian women in business, politics, and society, which sounds all pretty and all that. But yeah, so basically there's been millions and millions of dollars funneled over to different organizations over in Iran for regime change. The Cradle released that leaked information. And so clearly you can see what's going on. We have plans from Israel to attack Iran that could happen this month. I don't know. You have reservists being activated, an increase of reservists for Israel being called up by May 29th. You have all kinds of money. Remember, you got to follow the money. You have all kinds of money going to Israel like crazy. That's never stopped. In fact, it might even be increasing. The pace of money might be increasing under Trump. You have all this going on, and I just want to remind you, Great Tribulation is on its way. Any winter, any Hebrew winter, which is a 6-month period of time, any Hebrew winter from this point in history onward, remember, you should be expecting this. You should be expecting the Isaiah 22 archers of Elam prophecy. You should be expecting these things to unfold. So get your heart right with Jesus. Get your heart right with God. Hard times are coming. Take advantage of the good times and don't get distracted with all of the nonsensical rhetoric that everything is just going to be just fine. We're going to have plenty of peace and prosperity, because that's just not how the chessboard looks whatsoever. So get prepared spiritually above all else. I'm your brother Abraham. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next video. God bless.